See, as I mentioned earlier, that I am attached to this state from last 4 years, and I can again reiterate and say clearly that the kind of development and decision making that is happening is definitely ahead of most of the other states that I have seen I am working with. When you look at from an opportunity for partners, it is about generating the value. And when you say value, it's two sides of the same coin. One value that you're creating for your own companies. And second value is you're creating value for the citizens of the state. And everybody who said here what they're doing is actually doing exactly the same thing. So when you create those values, be it for your companies, which actually takes up to the entire staff that you have, you are also creating value for the citizens or the government when you are working with them. With the conducive environment that we have in Odisha, I have seen things are happening fast and it will continue to move fast. There is still a huge scope. As I showed you a slide, which was the first slide in my presentation. If we really look at how the city should be developed or how the entire state should be developed from a perspective of living standard of a citizen, and there is a huge opportunity for us to develop everything which is connected to the citizen of this state. So, first most important thing when you think about a state, there has to be a clear cultural shift that we expect in the entire state. Specifically, it should come from government, and it is not very hard to say that, Odisha specifically wants to become the innovation hub for IT. If we start projecting that culture across, which would include academicians, it would include government, it would include the industry. When you start throwing that thought that it is going to be an innovation hub for not only for Odisha, but it will give a framework opportunity for anybody to come and innovate here. That would really be a next level. And as I told you, Deepak ji, in the evening, that Deloitte is ready to be invested in such kind of idea. We would like to bring Deloitte Innovation Labs if such kind of programs are run for the state.
Awesome, you are right. Not 90.
So, Mr. Sir was talking about a book called Outliers. I believe that you read from there. Most important thing, take my word for it, whatever success that you have seen, it is only because of one basic idea. Are you solving something? If you have actually understood that you are solving something, your business will be definitely successful. There is no options to it. Be it Bill Gates, be it Amazon, be it Uber, talk about any company, they have identified what they have solved for. And those businesses are successful. Including the toothbrush that we use, it has become successful because it has become easier for you. Instead of using a datun, what we used to call, you're using a brush which can be used every day. Right? So if you are identifying that to start with. Second thing that has to understand is that you have to have a clear understanding of business model. I have seen multiple times when we talk about startups, everybody is looking at where they are. So if somebody is thinking about Odisha, they're just thinking about Odisha. If somebody is thinking from an India perspective, they're only looking at India perspective. First, open up your thought that you are not doing something for this country. Look at what is the entire globe and what is your thought. How can you expand that thought for the entire world as a market? Now, being internet, you have access to every country where you want to sell your product or solution. So look at from that broad mind. Third thing, as my friend said, you need to be very, very passionate about that business to grow. The 90% of the team that we have understood to where the failure comes in is that they have all these three areas which are actually gray when they start the activities in that area. They may have thought about, but they have not thought it in a clarity.